Today, we'll be interviewing a rising star in the hotel task force market, the CEO of WDF, Peter Wenzell. In this episode, we'll be talking about starting a hotel service company, how to reduce payroll with a hotel task force company, and how to hire employees during the hiring crisis. All this and more on today's True Hotel Leaders, where leaders teach leaders. The fastest way most hotels can increase productivity and lower costs is with better communication to their guests. TextGuest is the most affordable hotel text messaging application on the market, created for hotel employees by hotel employees. Visit textguest.com for a free demo today.
Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. It's Bruce Jordan. And today, you'll never guess who we got. You can't guess, can you? I don't think they can guess.
I don't know. I don't think so.
We got Peter. Peter Wenzell. Listen, man, this guy and the pandemic started his own hotel company, a whole hotel consulting company where they do task force, nothing but task force recruiting for hotels. And then within 1 year, he's taking over the hotel industry by storm. So I got to introduce, you know who it is. It's Peter. Listen, how did you get started in this business?
You know, it was just back in my early days, traveling with my father and just saying, hey, I love travel. Coming to this city here and saying, man, there's a whole world of opportunities in the travel world. And father did airport concessions throughout the U.S. and just hopping on planes, traveling across the country. And I said, people are for me.
Okay.
And from there, just kind of got into the restaurant business and serving tables, started as a host, started from the ground up, and was able to work my way up to server. Knew I wanted to get in the hotel business, and just was given an opportunity, and I took it in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, as a front desk guy at a mom and pop hotel. So it was an opportunity that I was given, and that's really why we're here today.
And you took it from here. What made you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to start my own task force company? It's that time.
So I always wanted to work for myself, and I was working as a GM for different management companies. I was working for somebody, and I said it's time. In December of last year, I went to my former employer, who I respect immensely. I was helping them develop their own task force division, and I went to them and I said, I'm ready to start my own company. Will you bless me with it? And they said, yes, go forward. And it all started just by a dream that I had back in 2014 to really just go on and create my own company. The one thing I tell other entrepreneurs is that there's never a good time to take the risk. You have to take the risk to start something that you've always wanted to do. It was a make it or break it, and we're going to make it, and we are grateful enough to be making it, but we're humbled by the fact that could end tomorrow, and we just have to keep making that lasting impression throughout the industry.
Nice. You know, most people when they start something, they're like, you know what, they're scared to approach anyone because they're thinking that, you know what, why would I hire your company when I could just do all of this stuff myself? But they can't. Whoever tries to master too many skills become a master of none. So, you know, what made you say, you know what, I know I have other competitors out there that's been, you know, doing this for a couple of days longer than me.
Many years.
But there's no competition in my eyes.
To me, I always have been a competitor. You know, when I was a GM, when I was out in the field working the front desk, GSS was it, right? You always wanted to be the best. You wanted to be green. You wanted to take the scores. And I knew that there was big-time players who I respect in the industry, who I've come to know. But I said, we're going to rise up, and we are really going to take this to the next level and do it differently and learn from others and try to take what they've done and put our own twist on it and do it the best to our ability. And I knew that there was a risk in doing it, like I mentioned, but the risk has turned into greater reward because of the opportunities we've been able to provide for others. And I wouldn't take back what we did. We launched it in a great time, and we just want to keep building on solid foundations of what we have and keep growing in this industry and really just making a difference throughout the entire hotel industry.
So I don't think a lot of hotel companies, owners and management companies, I don't think they understand how financial, financial benefits of hiring a task force employee or a task force consultant. Like, what are some of the financial benefits for hotels?
So that's a great question. The financial benefits of hiring a company like ours is you're taking away the W-2 aspect, you're taking away the workers' comp, you're taking away the health benefits, you're taking all of it away. When I talk to, experienced hotel management companies that have hired task force companies like ours, or I should say hospitality groups, they are experienced with it. On the other end, we talk to new clients every day who may have never used a task force company before, and I explain to them, here's the weekly rate, here's the food per diem, here it is. And they may say, that's kind of steep. But in the long run, like we were talking about, Bruce, is, benefits alone is a big percentage of what you pay on payroll tax and everything else. You hire us, it's a weekly fee. We come up with that fee to make sure it is in line with your budget. You provide the consultant a food per diem, and you take care of their airfare and room and lodging. I mean, to me, yes, if I'm a hotel owner, oh man, that's expensive. But the reward of it all is getting that much needed relief for your team members across the hotel, and you're saving money at the end of the day. I mean, we all know as hotel operators how much it costs to have, the W-2s and the health insurance and the workers' comp and
forget that, the unemployment.
The unemployment, right? Think of that. And we take all that off the hotel owners and management companies, and we coordinate it. Simply, we drop the consultant right in the hotel with the knowledge, and they are off to the races. So,
nice.
I mean, from a financial standpoint and a benefit of service, I think it's worth it.
Like, what do you think as far as what's going on with the high-end crisis? They were saying that a lot of people, they don't even want a permanent job. They don't want a full-time job. They'll rather have a contract job where they can just go and do what they got to do and then leave, So what do you do? Are you getting a lot of those clients, or are you just getting people in a pinch to say, help me, please, somebody help me?
So on the contractor side, we've taken contractors that have actually worked in, big time hotels as W-2 team members, and they like the flexibility to be able to go on the road for 30, 60, 90 days and say, Pete, I want a month off or whatnot. I know for myself, when I was working in, the hotel world for great management companies, I didn't like staying at one place for a long time. Yeah. So a lot of people come to us and say, I want to move around the country. First time people, from front desk agents to GMs to chefs, and they go across the country as a contractor, and they have the freedom to say, I don't want to work this assignment. I want to go here, or I need this time off. And as far as hotel management companies, we take care of all that for them. So, I think it's a benefit to both sides.
I do task force a couple of times a year just to keep my ear to the ground. The reason why I really don't take standard jobs is because I get bored as hell. When it starts getting too easy, I get bored. Because that's just the competitor's lifestyle. When you're a competitor, when it starts getting easy, you start getting bored.
Exactly right.
That's when I know it's time for me to go, because I done fixed the property, I done took care of it. Their revenue's where they wanted to be. They got the numbers that they want. And I feel like there's a lot of other people out there that's like that. So this may be something that's perfect for them. What type of employees are you looking for?
Well, first of all, that was me, what you're talking about. So I would go in to a hotel day in and day out, energized for 2-3 weeks at a time, and the daily of waking up at 5 a.m., doing the same thing over and over, just got to me. And I was like, I want to be able to know I'm going into an assignment for 30, 60, 90 days. I had a great assignment that lasted 8 months. But you get to go home, you get to travel outside of that, and it's all broken up. So what we're seeing is just that. We're finding consultants that just want to travel. They want to have that opportunity to go into different environments. They want to be able to leave their mark and go on to the next project. Or a lot of them want to finish what they started.
Yeah.
the fact is, they can go into a 30-day contract. It's hard to make a full contribution and see change within 30 days, no matter what role. We've been lucky enough to have our consultants be able to extend beyond their original contracts in a lot of cases, or move beyond that original contract to the next.
Okay.
So we're seeing a lot of first-time hoteliers that have worked the front desk that want to travel, and we give them that chance.
Absolutely. So, you know what's going on. We all know what's going on with the hiring crisis and everything else. What are some of the tips that you have for hotels that are out there looking for employees that, maybe a couple of things that they can incorporate into to their search while they're searching for people, searching for new talent? Because we know that you guys do it very well. So,
we just spend, what I can recommend out to all the hotel management company and owners is take time to invest in your team members. You can pay for all the ads, you can do all of this, and you can, pay the most money. It's not about that. It's about building a culture to where you're going to succeed and want to have team members come on for the long term. There's so many businesses right now that are hiring at $18, $19 an hour at a gas station. How is our industry going to come back and really make that impact and paying fair, treating the team right, and being involved actively? And our company, we strive to be involved daily. You've got our VP of Business Development and People and Culture team, Jessica, who checks on everybody all the time. I strive to do it. And I think the hiring crisis, people want to work. It's about how are we going to treat everybody moving forward. And I think that's the focus of our industry and what we really have to truly focus on. And there's so many great companies out there that do that.
With everything that's going on, especially with leisure guests, they're not as focused. I think that's a good word. They're not as focused as a corporate guest who's just there. They want to get in their hotel room, finish their meetings, and then you head back home.
Go on.
That's almost non-existent nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But the leisure guests, they're in the room, all day long, damn near, and until they're going where they gotta go, have their little staycations and everything else. So when it comes to the employees and the staff dealing with that, they've been having a hard time. So back when you were in the industry, on the front lines, what are some of the things that you'll do to just keep the guests calm and have a handle, what do you call it, disaster recovery?
So especially now, when we first opened, I went on an assignment because I wanted to see it firsthand what it was like in the pandemic. It was a beach town. It was on the beach, and so you get that. You have to be patient with the guests. I know everybody out there is seeing a whole different type of clientele. We're dealing with it. The guests just are eager to travel throughout the airports, throughout everywhere. They're eager to travel. And how do we defend it on the front lines? Being patient. We all know Mr. Marriott's the Learn module. We know all of those different tactics. How do we rise above that, which is just being cool, calm, and collective? And to all of our team members out there, I know a lot of you are working 80-hour weeks, some crazy hours that I appreciate you guys doing, and you guys still come out with success stories. I've seen great handwritten notes to our team members and seen so many great different comments and hospitality family on Facebook. To everyone in the industry, take a deep breath. Let's see what we can do for the team as well as for the guests. We have to be there for them and empathize the best we can, even though it's hard right now. I know that. So keep doing what you're doing on that.
So, like some of the mistakes that you made when you first started your business, can you talk about? Let them know that you're not the only one. They're not the only one.
Man,
boy, I mean quite a few.
You and me both are entrepreneurs, right?
Absolutely.
We didn't know where to start. I was honestly, when we launched our company on January 27th of this year, we didn't even have a timesheet. we were like, oh crap, we've got a couple of team members out there now. What do we do? So all of you who work alongside of us know our timesheet and what we're doing to get better from it. So we created that timesheet. Now we're getting to the point to where we have 30 to 35 task force leaders across the country to where we're able to upgrade and to be able to do different things electronically. My goal was to be an all-electronic company in the beginning, but now we're getting there. I don't want to say you fly by the seat of your pants, but you kind of do in some cases. You have to figure out the best way to do it for you. You take the strategies and you take the concepts from things you've learned in the past and from other companies and different things, and you really make sure that you make it your own. You craft it to yours in the way you want it to be. And I think that's where we've come in and we've learned from everybody. We take feedback. You know, perception is reality, and we've taken humble feedback and learned and do our best to apply it to make everybody's day better out in the trenches.
So what do you see for the future of the hotel industry? What do you see in the short-term future and the distant future? What we got going on?
What I think is recovery is coming. I think that we all see it. I see, you know, the hiring crisis, as you always say, it is here. But how are we going to go about that? We're going to go about it by providing the best team members, not just us, not just task force companies, but management companies are finding permanent leaders every day. I see us as a resilient industry from back in 2019 to we're resilient through 2020 to now we're resilient. We're only going to keep going up. And we're going to keep going up as an industry because of the things that we've learned. Nobody holds grudges anymore. Everyone comes together and everybody is just moving forward. Travel's going to be back. Conventions are coming back. I think in 2022, 2023, we're going to see business travel back. We have to adapt to the new age of the industry. Our industry will never quit. Travel will never die. And that's why we're in this industry through all the tough times we've all been through.
Nice, nice. You know what time it is. We always have the best and that's really cool with a lot of swag in here. So that's why we brought him here.